So technically, we are live, I guess. Oh, what a day. What a day. Ow. What is happening here? I have sound there. So technically, we are live. It's pretty compressed. Wait a second. I'm going to turn this down in a sec, just checking the low compression. What is happening here? It's a bit too compressed, huh? What do we think? Let's fix that a bit. I have sound there. See? I can. How do I? It's pretty compressed. Wait a second. I'm gonna get that up a bit. Gonna take that down a bit. It's a bit too compressed, huh? Yeah, I don't like that. Here we go. And back here. Now I'll take this down. Wait, where's YouTube? Back here. And I'll turn the level down. Okay, who's here? We've got this happening. And that means I can do this. There we go. Morgan? It's 6 o'clock. It's not Morgan. Hey, Michiel. Michiel just left a few hours ago with his wiener. And he's back home now. And he's already in the chat. Moin, Frank. Good morning from California. That's morning. Okay, that I'll count that. Thanks, will I do an updated guitar and amp collection video? I mean, technically, Leslie's Guitar of the Day is an update on the guitar collection, even though there's many guitars in there now that are not mine. I mean, you could watch that, Leslie's Guitar of the Day, come on. Funny shit. I could, but what, I mean, that's a lot of video. That's really big. An amp collection, it changes. I mean, what new stuff comes in? Yeah, I could, maybe I will, but I'm so busy. I'm so ridiculously busy. I would bring up the list of stuff I have to do. I think it's 8 amp demos. Reviews, not demos. Why do I say demos? 8 amp reviews that I got to do right now. There's a pedal. There's a thing that I can't talk about coming in. There's 6 guitars from Henry's guitars, which are phenomenal. There's the Bloody guitar. There's the Aviator guitar. There's a lot of stuff. So doing other videos in between is just time-wise not going to happen, except, of course, for the rants, which I have to do, and I haven't even done the one for tomorrow because I was too busy because I edited 6 fractal videos today. And I'm on the last one, and I had to stop because you nutsos want to talk to me. Hey, other John Brown, sexy John Brown, obviously. Why no Kramer guitar tests? Kramer is Gibson, and they can fuck off. They are horrible people. I do not work with or for horrible people. Actually, that's not true. Kramer, who is Gibson? Is it Kramer? No. But also Kramer has not worked with anyone, as far as I know, on YouTube. You know? If they call me up, maybe? Who is Gibson? It's not Kramer, it's the... Why can't I think of it? No, it's fine. It's not selfish of you. Again, you know, we do the live stream. It's my choice. But yeah, Michiel can tell you I've been editing for 2 days straight. Did 4 videos on the auto pedals for Game Changer Audio. That was work. And then 6 videos on Fractal with my friend Bernd Kills. So loads of stuff. I guess I gotta bring up... Here we go. Gotta bring up Michiel's chat over here on the other screen so that I know, because he points out the questions I missed. Pooh, do I still have the ISO boxes in the basement? Yes, I do, but I don't use them. It's pointless. It could be cool. There's still cabs in there that I should put out. At some point, I have to take those boxes down because they're using up a lot of space. That room could be used for storage. Sometimes a cat sneak in there and drop a poo. Get it? But yeah, so I don't use them anymore. It's pointless. There's amazing units like the Aux, like the Amp Central from Red 7, and who knows, I mean, IR loaders, everyone makes them. They do sound really just as good as miking a cab. So it is Kramer who's with Gibson, and that's why I don't work with them. I'm not going to touch any Gibson brand, period. Do not work with assholes. Just, if you want to see yourself to the top, go right ahead, but I don't want to support that. And also, all these Gibson people, Agnesi and whatever, and the new CEO, they do feel slimy as hell. And the people that I know that know them, they say they're slimy as hell. So, no thank you. Hey, Matthew in Boston, hello. Okay, let's see, what do you got? Is the Angle Fireball enough for gigging in smaller venues? I'm going to say yes. If you want clean headroom, maybe not, but drive, yeah. Coming from stage, smaller venue, probably. I mean, 25 watts is quite a bit of watts. How much coffee do you burn through in 2 days? A lot. Michiel, you missed it. The coffee maker for the kitchen arrived here. Because I'm in Studio C right now. And so we got coffee maker over there, coffee maker here. Leslie's got one. Now we've got 3 houses where everything we do in one house, we got a copy everywhere. It's, yeah. At some point, I want to talk about the award that we won and ask you for some help. Yeah, it's an award nobody wants. Yes, you can sleep in the 412 ISO box. You can also sleep in the guest room, but you can also sleep in an ISO box. Tell people how much I paid for the coffee maker. Well, I wasn't allowed to get the one that I wanted, which was $1,700 because it got self-cleaning and all that shit. So Leslie ordered one. I think it was $650. It's the whole thing, and I don't like the display. And the one I wanted was cool, but I wasn't allowed. What are good ways to stay excited and progress with music in your own experience? Try different styles. I've done progressive rock and prog metal, and I don't know, according to reviews, kind of nailed that. And then that was boring, so moving on, and I did classic rock, and I did 80s metal, and I did, I tried singer-songwriter material. Also set yourself boundaries, set yourself limits. If everything goes, every effect goes, every guitar goes, every sound library goes, that's too much stuff. It's overwhelming. Say I'm going to do 70s classic rock now, and that means one amp. You got to crank it up to get the drive, as they did in the day. Limit yourself to a palette of pedals. Limit yourself to all the sounds. Don't say I can use any synthesizer I want, whatever. And limitation forces you to think creatively. And I always try to set boundaries for every project, and that really makes you creative. I wrote a whole piano album, and only piano, and thinking of black and white keys, 10 fingers. If you want to do suspense, black and white keys, 10 fingers, dynamics, and harmony. You want to do speed, can't do double bass drum. You got to do it all with the 10 fingers, black and white keys, harmony, range, speed, crescendo, decrescendo, accelerando, decelerando, all that stuff. You learn a lot about music doing that. Talk about 7/8 string guitars. 7 strings, cool stuff. 8 strings, too low, I think, depending on what you want to do. But yeah, rant over. Hey, if you can make it sound good, use it. I think he has a cool sweater, right? It's actually, well, you got to see the whole thing. It's see, it's two cats. Is this in focus? Because I can't see it over there. I gotta wait till it shows up on that screen. And now I'm just getting up on that screen. Man, that is... Albus Band is here. Hello. So now we go. Oh, that looks okay. Because that's... you can't focus that thing, so it's got LiDAR focus on it, and I try to make that work. That's the Blackmagic Pocket 6K. But that seems to be okay-ish. Good. Okay, I'm back on that one. So, teaser stuff from Ibanez? Hell no. It's 2025 Ibanez's. Maybe you wait, like everyone else, till January 10th, when we're gonna tell you things. Modelers with in-ears, you can. Makes sense when you want that. I would always want some kind of speaker on stage, preferably powered with a tube power amp, because that gets you 3-dimensionality on that. But nowadays, venues want in-ears, they want it quiet. For a cover band, sure. Is it rock and roll? Fuck no. Is it cool? No. Is it doing the job? Yeah. I just did a whole series on Fractal. I've got the XFX3 in the rack here in this room. I have a whole XFX3 in my other room. It's called the studio with all the amps. I don't need that. But here it's nice to have the ability. Pros and cons. Convenience, price, quietness, in-ear. I would always try to run it through an actual cab with that cab sound, not an FRFR. Try things. There is no wrong anything. Not in focus, Michiel says. Come on. Should be in focus. Almost. It should be. Come on. Come on. That's as good. This is where I'm sitting. That's as good as it gets. Come on. That should be fine. It's not like this camera, which is, that's the FX6. That's just redonkulous. I have not played that trem. Done. I haven't. See, if my hand's in focus, then I should be in focus. The wood. I don't have the Chrome Boy. It's not mine. So I would say none. I would say all the money you spend for it is on the Satriani name and the chrominess. So yeah, that is a whole lot of Hennings if we do that. Look at all the Hennings. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. Learning one of her songs, found a mistake so far. Do I tell her? You could tell her. Would she care? No. Did she do it? Probably not. Yeah, exactly. Guten Abend, Herr Thrax. I was going to tell you a little thing. So, I'm going to ask you for your support. keep watching the channel. Use the links below. That supports us because I realized maybe I need to make more money. Because Leslie got back from the vet, where she is weekly for osteo appointments, which I just found as $80 a piece. When X goes there, then he goes 4 times a month for a water treadmill. Don't ask me how much that is. Apparently, even the lady at the vet, her jaw dropped when she found out how much the juice is that Mr. Dent, the cat, gets for his diabetes. He also had specifically made vaccines for his diabetes P problem made by the university based on his DNA. I don't even want to know how much that is. So, Noodle had the SLO, 3 times claw pulled. X had a big operation. That's not including the MRI we had for Noodle. So she came home and said, look, we won something. I'm like, what did we win? We won an €80 voucher for 1 osteo appointment. I'm like, okay, well, great. That really helps me out. Why did we win the voucher? Well, because we are among the top 5 clients at the vet clinic. This is a huge vet clinic. It's big, she said. No, it is a huge vet clinic. They've got, I don't know, 8 or 10 doctors there. It's a huge place. They've got endless lists of clients. This is a big place, okay? They do operations. It's a big place. And we made it among the top 5 people for the year. I don't even want to know what that means in terms of money. I'm thinking anywhere between 15 and 20 grand just for the vet bills for our animals. Because we're among the top 5 people. That's utterly crazy. That's an award I don't want. Yeah, the animals are doing well. I'm happy about that. But that means I unashamedly ask you, support the channel. Click on some videos. Click on some playlists. Go away. Have them play. If you're not interested in the new thing, if you're not interested in the Game Changer audio pedals, for example, there's 4 videos coming, and they're 40 minutes, 30 minutes, and 3 times 30 minutes. It's long videos. Just click play, because that supports me, gets the algorithm happy, and if you buy anything at Sweetwater, Tillman, Gear for Music, or Andertons, use my links. That sends a couple cents or a couple bucks my way. That really helps me. Because apparently, we won the vet. We're among the top 5 people. That's just an award I do not want next year. I'll probably have it still, because, they're all old and broken, but that's what we do. So, support the channel, please, because that literally supports the animals. Damn it. Top 5 people. Yay. Thanks, Milogify. My We're gonna have a little hang with Glenn later, and by we, I mean, oh, thank you, Michiel. You were just here. Trifetti. He just likes to do Trifetti. So, we, Michiel and I were going to have a hang with Glenn. We're going to play mini golf on the Quest. If any of you guys are on the Quest and you play Demio or Walkabout mini golf, drop us a line. Is Kira and Gina, is that the dog and the parrot? Or is that you and someone else? Or is it both you and you're just... What is that thing where you're 2 people? I don't know. Not paranoid. It's the multiple personalities. Let us know. Thank you for the $2. That's gonna get us so much closer to paying I don't know. She doesn't even know how much we paid there. I would have asked immediately. So, if we made it among the top 5, how much money did we leave here? And I want to know, is it... She didn't ask. I want to know, is it money? that we spent there more than others, or is it number of appointments? I'm really hoping it's number of appointments. I'm really hoping. Yes, Bozo Man, please use the links. It costs you absolutely nothing to click a link. And let me explain this. Oh, I'm sorry that your dogs have passed on. Bipolar? It's not bipolar. It's multiple personalities. But that's not what it is. They're the two dogs. Now there's a whole discussion going on. Wait, no, I want this. What was I going to say? Oh, when you... Wait, there is still... Yeah, it's not AVF. Okay, I'm just thinking about the audio, but you're still hearing that, Mike. When you click a link to Oman or Sweetwater or anything, it literally costs you nothing, and you could click it before you buy anything. It's not that product. You don't have to buy that product in the video or wherever it links. If you go to Oman, you click the link, and then you buy a drum set or a cable or a pack of strings. It doesn't matter. I will get a percentage of that, and it costs you nothing. It only costs Hans Thomann something, and he will gladly pay that because they support us and what we do on YouTube. So that's the very best way to support us channels. You want to buy something, not even a video that we made. Hey, I like this channel, does good work. Let's make sure his animals have the vet bills paid. Click. Then you go to Thomann and it brings you to a pedal side. Well, then you go to the drums and you buy the biggest drum set they have, or something like that, or just buy an SSL console for $200,000 or whatever you want to buy, and then we get, or I get a percentage of that, or whatever content creator you support. So that's a really good idea to do. And again, costs you nothing. Playing the videos, just play it. Go do something else. Go shopping. Put on a playlist. That's a way to support Glenn right now. And it's a way to support any of us. Put on a playlist, go away. Don't even watch it. Let it run overnight. That gets the clicks up, the view time up. It shows YouTube that, hey, these people like the channel. It's the best way that costs you nothing other than the electricity to pump in the internet. Hey, look, your dogs might have listened to you abuse the guitar. Leslie's always like, well, you know, you're playing too loud and the dogs don't like that. No, I don't think so. I don't think that's what's happening. I think they do. X is always under the table. Well, when he was still with me, because now Leslie's hogging him the whole time. So I don't think they mind it. So yeah, back to Glenn. We'll catch up with him a little bit later after this thing in about half an hour or something, and I will hang with him. I said, you know what, you might have to clear your head with everything that's going on, so let's do some virtual mini golf. Have I tried Amplified Nation amps? I have one. I've got the Bombshell Overdrive in a beautiful blue suede, and it is what you expect from a overdrive special, which is thick, clean, round, nice, ploppy, and this very saturated singing lead. Would I use that for, rocky rhythms? No, I don't think that's what people use them for. They're just these thick leads that are beautiful with clean sounds. You bought my Friedman BEOD pedal. That's been a while. It's been a while. It's a song. So yeah. The video for the Amplified Nation amp is coming up. As I said, I have to film 8. Oh wait, I forgot the Amplified Nation. There's 1, 2, 3 that I can talk about. 4, 5 Zuta. Black Star, the 100, the Celia, Decilia, and the Amplified Nation. Now I know what 8 is. Okay, yeah, those 8 amps I'm doing. Recommended guitar rigs for different price brackets. I think we kind of did something at Thomann years ago. And it's almost pointless because you'd have to do price bracket / style, right? Because what works for $1,000 for blues might not work for $1,000 for pop, might not work for $1,000 for rock, and most certainly might not work for metal. So that's a super complicated question because I have to know what style. I could say beginner set. That's relatively straightforward because style isn't as relevant in a beginner set. It needs to be functional, be stylistically very diverse because it can still, when you're a beginner, it can still pull you in different directions. So as far as that goes, I would say I can talk about a beginner set. But doing different price brackets in general is going to be very difficult. You know, for metal, yeah, that's one thing. Or it could be what's a good whole kit with when you go digital. What about this is a setup when you're working with software? What guitar, audio interface, and software would you get? Or what modular guitar? And guitar is very personal. I mean, what I think is great in terms of quality and performance, company with good ethics and good service, you might just not like the headstock. And then the whole thing is done for. Mishka's got a good question. So, difference between profilers and multi-effects. Well, a fractal, an FM3, wait, let me get one. Okay, so this is an FM3, right? This is not a profiler. So, and a Tonex is not a modeler. Let me get into this, very simple. A modeler is what we generally call the digital amp. Doesn't necessarily have to have effects, usually they do, but they digitally model amplifiers, which are traditionally analog. So we call that a modeler. And now we've added the profiler moniker, which started with Kempo, obviously, and that is running some sound through an amp and grabbing an impulse response from it and being able to play that setting of that amp more or less like the amp in that setting sounds with the attached speaker, etc., etc. And that's what we would call a profiler. So there's two ways to get the guitar sound. Modeling, which means someone sits there and writes code that is aimed at making it sound like an amp. Or there's a general program in it that grabs the sound of an actually existing amp, digitizes it, and you can play through that sound. Once you start fiddling with the knobs, it is not going to be the reaction of the amp, which is why you usually have different profiles for different settings. Now, what Fractal is doing, for example, is component modeling. So they don't say, well, we have an input, we're going to try to have some kind of code that at the output sounds like the amp, they usually go and analyze every component. UA is doing that as well, by the way, with their phenomenal pedals. They write a code for each component, for each little cable, for each transistor, for each tube. They measure the ins and outs of each of the components. Then they take all these programs and literally wire them up virtually like they are the components, because that's what they are. And what comes out should be the exact behavior of the amp. Okay, that's called best color production guitar. What? Explain what you want, Pooh. So that's component modeling, and that's modeling. So profiling is one thing, and some things only do profiling. Component modeling or modeling is another thing. A Helix from line 6 is modeling, doesn't do profiling. Fractal does not do profiling. This is component modeling. Okay? Tonix does only profiling. And really limited effects, but now there are effects actually, which weren't there before. But limited. Nano Cortex from Neural is only profiling. You only can download and play profiles with limited effects. Quad Cortex has modeling as well as profiling. So you can either load a neural model or a profile. It does both. Do we need both? No, we need shit that sounds good. A profiler can sound good, a modeler can sound good. If you add effects, like these have phenomenal effects. Many guitar players don't actually use the amps in here, but they are so good that they just use the effects. Now, for example, something like the Eventide H90, Eventide H9, or the Rack series, the H9000, H3000, whatever, those are purely effects. They don't have any amp sounds. The HX1 from line 6 or the HX effects from line 6, they would be multi-effects. They don't have amps. They have drive pedals and all that, but you can't use them without plugging them into an amp. That wouldn't be recommended for guitar. So it's purely the effects, like drives, compressor, delay, flanger, modulation, reverbs, all that stuff. So multi-effect does not mean you have amplifiers in it. Most modelers, like this one, have effects and amplifiers. So there's profilers and modelers, sometimes in one, and multi-effects. Again, oftentimes, multi-effects are in a modeler/profiler. Kemper has effects, and so on. But a multi-effect does not necessarily mean that it also can do amps. The best color production guitar of 2024 vid. I still don't know what you're asking. A production guitar of 2024, and what is the best color? Obviously, it's always blue. Video done. Unless it's a Sully, then it's, of course, the pink one. Pooh, that's not a video. Did I answer your question when it comes to multi-effects and or modelers? I hope so. The new, I've got this here. Oh, come on. Video on this is coming. That's the Flex Prime from Headrush. Has effects, has models, but also now has something called profiling or cloning, as they call it, or super clones, apparently, where you're cloning 3 different settings and then you can actually interpolate and morph between them. Obviously, for convenience, to have everything in one box. If you're working at home, there are many, many, many things you can get. If you're gigging and you're doing it on a regular basis, I think you should have something with XLR outs and more in and out options. the FM9 has 2 sets of XLR outs, you need something for your in-ear, blah, 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 then it gets more complicated. For home use, a lot of the smaller ones do a great job, not a problem. Which is the best color of wine gum? I would show you on yours, Michiel, but I ate them all. And they don't have white in here, so I don't know. I don't know. These are not open yet, and I shouldn't open them because then I eat them all. Strings as a gift is a good thing. Just tell people what you want, which ones. Okay, a difference between Synergy and the real amp. It depends on, I mean, if you pump, it depends on where you're putting it. If you've got the Syn 1, that's really just the preamp. Where you're taking that is up to you. So if you're taking that into a 606 power amp, okay, he's taking that into ER34. Technically, to me, it doesn't make a huge difference. But you can... hey Sonja, we put the fulcrum in a fractal video coming up. So for me, the Syn 50 with its 2 module slots and the 50-watt 6L6 power amp, you can put the modules in there and they're getting extremely close to the real thing. I think in the case of the Soldano 2, the SLO2 module, it's you can dial it in exactly like the big amp, which is $4,500. It even has more gain. So the differences or whatever you lose are so minute that for real work in a studio, it won't matter. If you have something ultra special, the Z-Rec, for example, is phenomenally good with its kind of AC-ish sounds. Is it exactly like the Z-Rec? I don't know, but it's phenomenal. People have asked me if you only had one amp. Well, if I'm running a studio and I need flexibility and I can have one amp, it'll be the Syn 50 and I'll have the modules. Because it gets the 2CP, bam, the Fryette Pitbull, bam, there's a rectifier, it's all there. So yes, I wouldn't think twice about using this as my main amp, and I would never think that it would be an issue of it not sounding the part. Recommendation for a drum machine? An actual drum machine? Dude, computer. Any kind of VST thing now has built-in grooves. Get Easy Drummer or Superior Drummer, drag in the grooves, pick the kit, bam, absolutely amazing. No drum machine out there can do that. Reason? I've worked with Reason 20 years ago, so I have no idea where it's now. I shouldn't comment on something that I've tried and was really cool in the beginning that long. Will I try the Amp X from Thomas Blug? I'm going to say likely not, because I don't think Thomas commissions videos, and I can't review something that complex for free. It's a massive, would be a massive video, and in my experience, Thomas is a great guy, love him, but he's not working with YouTubers on that level. He's like, oh, you want to try this? I'm gonna take it back home, and I also don't pay for it, so likely I will not cover it. Unless he has a different opinion, he has a different approach for his marketing campaign for that. We'll see. Okay, no, pinch harmonics can be done on modelers just like on real amps. What kind of little practice amp do you have? It is a lot easier with more gain. If you have it clean, you can actually do it, but it's not as compressed, and obviously the top end comes out differently. So with a practice amp, if you're not having a lot of gain, that can be difficult. It could also be you. I mean, there's of course a technique. I just talked about it about Glenn. Michiel and I, so Studio Shamil and I, we're gonna play a virtual mini golf with him in about 20 minutes, and gonna get his mind off of things. Julie had another operation today, and she's fine. She came out of it good, so that's the last I heard. Frankie, Easy Drummer has built-in grooves in different styles. What the? Wait. Oh. Interesting. My signal was gone. Easy Drummer has built-in grooves. So you have a verse, a bridge, a chorus, and you just drag them into the timeline in Easy Drummer, and then you can drag the whole timeline into your DAW. Super simple. You don't have to program anything, and you can get groove packs in different styles. So, I mean, hey, I got a whole... Look, oh, that didn't work. What the? Let's do that, tune track. What do we have? Easy Keys MIDI, free drum MIDI. Easy Drummer 3. I mean, you know, Superior Drummer is better, but you see at the bottom here? So you just have these built-in grooves, but you could also, you know, buy more metal pack, songwriter pack, rock pack, whatever, and then you drag verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, pick your tempo, or it automatically syncs to your sequencer, and they are your drums. And they are very, very good. And that's what, it's what, 15 gigabytes of drums. Do we, let me see, products. Easy Drummer, sound expansion, we want the drum MIDI packs. Here. Metal, ballad grooves, AOR grooves, acoustic songwriter, I mean, anything. Basic rock 2, how much is that? 29 bucks. Bam, you have a whole bunch of different songs, verse, bridge, chorus, whatever. They even propose kits. This is the quickest way to get really, really good sounding songs happening, and that's what a lot of people, I think, do on YouTube. Use that kind of stuff. So wait, auto. oh, and back to this. I don't know what I'm doing. I have not used samples from Yurt Rock. Michiel's got a good point. You could also get the complete guide to drum programming and learn a bit about it, so that you can drag these grooves into your DAW, but then if you actually want to edit it, the complete guide to drum programming by me will teach you a lot of shit you need to know about this. This is really a good investment, I think. Also for my finances. Who's my stylist? I do it all myself. Yep. Hey, Aaron is here. I don't have a Dexter video yet. I'm actually thinking it might be broken. This is definitely not a priority with the I don't know how many videos I have to do. I actually also need to pee. So I'll be right back. Just talk amongst yourselves. Is Aaron now crying about the Dexter video? Funny, Michiel. Very funny. We don't like, I mean, I don't like any Gibsons, period. That's it. Because, you know, people. I mean, the campaign like clockwork stuff that we've done, we've got 10 songs mixed. Holy crap, hola, is it good. So we got 8 more. It's just, when? NAMM's coming up, history planning, and the amount of videos that I got to do is ridiculous. And I got 3 calls yesterday with more jobs, and you're not going to turn down jobs. So, okay, so we don't turn down jobs. But that means spending, you know, days on the campaign like clockwork stuff has to take a back seat, sadly. I will be at NAMM. You, Aaron? PRS, I would buy either the SE line, that's the best bang for the buck, they're killer guitars, or Core. I do not like the S2. I think this is, they're artificially cheapened in many ways to make them seem like, oh, you want to go for a Core. I would not go for the S2. I was never a fan. Hey, Mario. Mario is here from Tube Workshop. Phenomenal amps, really. Absolutely. And a phenomenally super stand-up guy, which is very, very important when you buy in a high price range, that you're buying from good people, I think, personally. More jobs and more jobs, Michiel. Both. There's more jobs for more, but there's also more jobs. Can we meet at Denny's? I don't like IHOP. But I'm in for, you know, waffles and shit. Hobo, it looks like your girlfriend's being trained. It sounds like you're very much stuck. I mean, look, if you have old Gibsons and you like them, that's all fine. But that company is full of slimy people that like lawyers more than their customers. It's pretty disgusting. Yeah, I mean, Gibson staff in general, ew. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. What do you mean I don't like acoustic guitars? Of course I like acoustic guitars. I just also play, you know, electrics. Any thoughts on Friedman amps? Had many, have many, great stuff, period. We'll see what Marshall's coming up with. It seems I convinced them that I'll be the one channel, possibly out of all of them, I think so, that during NAMM, when they release the new amps, will have videos for the new amps. Possibly all 3 of them. They should be arriving on Tuesday, and I'm going to work my ass off to get those videos done really fast. But it looks like the new releases from Marshall will be on this channel during NAMM, which would be pretty phenomenal. And as always, one thinks, oh, those videos are going to break the internet, and then nobody clicks them. And then I release a video for a DI box, and then everyone likes that. It's just, YouTube is weird. You people are weird. IHOP is not the best. That is incorrect. Denny's is the best. Hey, Ricky. As I said before, I'm going to mention this again. Please click on some playlists, support the channel. Click on the links below if you want to buy anything. Doesn't matter if it's a pack of strings, a drum set, or anything I didn't cover. If you want to buy something at Sweetwater, Adderton's, Gear for Music, or Thomann, click the link, buy whatever you want. That supports me. Because apparently, as I said before, we are top 5 at the vet this year. Meaning, at this gigantic vet clinic that has thousands of patients, thousands, we are among the top 5 clients. Meaning we've probably spent, I'm thinking, I didn't ask, probably close to 20 grand this year on the animals. Because they all have issues. So, if you can support me by just clicking on some videos and get the algorithm going and get a couple of, some ad revenue or whatever, don't send money, but watch the channel, click the links. That would really help me. Frankie, I think I've told you about the Plex. It's a great amp, but it is just a Plexi. So any great Plexi captures will sound exactly like that amp. Dave went and made his favorite Plexi. So guess what it sounds like? Like a good Plexi. Why in the world would you want the Friedman Plex captures if there are great Plexi captures already out there? That's just collecting shit. That's not getting it for the sound. That's because you want the Plex, not because you want a good Plexi. Okay, think about it. Why do you want... It makes no sense. Not coming. Go away. Yeah, Matthew, thank you. Top 5 at the vet. That's an award we don't want. They will not come up with some modern tones yet. But I can pretty much tell you what they have is something you want. I want it. It's cool, but it's not necessarily new. Thank you, Howard. Yeah, hammer that like button. That's also a good idea. Tierklinik, that's in Schwalbach, behind Braunfels. Die Tierärztinnen, that's what it's called. Mostly female doctors. I think they got one male guy, so it's called Die Tierärztinnen. Huge clinic, and looks like we finance most of it. What do we call Belgian waffles? Belgian waffles, except in Belgium. They just call them waffles. Any plastic DI boxes today? Well, nope. The, what's it called? The M303 from Grace Design, which is really good, was not made out of plastic. You got the Spark too. That should get you pinch harmonics. It's a great practice amp, but it's not an amp. Doesn't move air like an amp does. But it's good though. Now we're talking about waffles. the butterfly effect. That's way cool. How'd you do that? How'd you do that butterfly? That's cool. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you can. Come on. That's pretty awesome. Can you see that right there? I'm impressed. So, NCW EBM. Go to that clinic and become a better customer than us so we don't win that. I mean, I like the $80 they gave us, but after what we left, holy crap. Yeah, you won the... you won the award. Great. I don't think there's going to be a combo. I think it's just the head. The 20 watts, that's what you're referring to, right? Now, Michiel is sending me this. Now, isn't that cute? Is that what was in your Überraschungsei, Michiel? Now we're back to pancakes. Wait, Michiel, wait. Did you just erase Frankie's message that I saw for a millisecond? Because he was talking about Michiel, we do not censor pro-Dutch. Michiel hates the Dutch for some reason. We do not censor pro-Dutch messages. We do not do that. No, we are pro-Dutch and pro-Belgium. We are all-inclusive here. You fucker. Stroopwafels are good. They make them in vegan too. Scarlett Johansson or Jessica Alba? Well, the correct answer here is Leslie. She's not watching, but that is the correct answer, should she watch. Okay, good. We answered that early question. I'm going to make this... Yeah, bad Michiel. We're going to make this very, very strict, cutting this at 7, because I promised Glenn that we would play with him. But with him, it might be, hey, let's play at 7, and then, not ready yet. Well, that's Glenn. Bad Michiel. He said 5. Need your... What's that thing called? Gamer tag on Quest. Anyone else here on Quest? Asked before. Wait, you can't block me on my own chat? I didn't type anything. Guitar mix bus EQ recommendations, hardware or plugin. I use plugins. Mark EQ4, best shit. The Mark EQ4 has all the frequencies exactly where they need to be for guitar, snare, and vocals. You can get it from UAD on the UAD platform, but get it from Plugin Alliance. They have it on sale for like $20 sometimes. I use it on all snares, all the vocals, all the guitars. Yep, we will send Glenn love. Of course we will. Oh, nice, Tobish. To Tobish. What up, Dan? Where's Dan? Is Dan? Oh, Lonely Rocker's here. Hey, Dan. Bye, Dan, because we're 1 minute over. We're going to have to take cameras down and then gotta golf with Michiel, right? Michiel, we're going to golf with Glenn? I mean, I could be talking to you people about guitar stuff, or... Why is the stream hanging here? What did I do? Oh, looks like I stopped this somehow. Or it could be, playing What did I do? What the? Or I could be playing mini golf with Michiel and Glenn. So we're gonna do this. Nice, Mario. Mario is cracking the whip on getting his videos done. Much love to all of you. I will see you next week. Wait, Michiel. Thank you for watching. You guys are awesome. I'll set this all up again next week and come with your questions. That's what this is about. And also, of course, hit some playlists, watch some videos, use the links if you're buying anything for yourself for Christmas. Because yay, I won the bet. Love all of you. You're awesome. Have a good one. See you on the golf course in a few, Michiel. Animals were not in this video, also not at the end. Good night.